Welcome to Washington, D.C. and to the 2009 SLA Annual Convention, the epicenter of the entire Special Libraries universe. Get ready for a whirlwind tour of innovation in the entire world of information professionals. Stay tuned.
Hello, I'm John Bruton, European Union Ambassador to the United States. On behalf of the European Union and its 27 member states, I welcome you to Washington, D.C. for your annual conference. I recognize you as valuable contributors to worldwide knowledge sharing. I hope that you enjoy your time here in Washington and have a truly great centennial celebration.
Happy birthday, SLA.
I am honored to welcome you to the 2009 Info Expo in beautiful Washington, D.C.
I'm honored to be here with Vivian Hewitt, SLA president of 30 years ago.
It's wonderful at a celebration, an anniversary, 50, 60, 70, 80 is wonderful, but 100 years, I wouldn't have missed it for anything.
No better place on earth to find out about all the products and services that will optimize your job performance than the 2009 Info Expo.
We're live here from the SLA studios in Washington, D.C. We're here with Carol DeBattiste of LexisNexis. For starters, Carol, could you describe your role at LexisNexis and how that's really helped shape your view of the SLA?
My role presently is Senior Vice President for Privacy, Security, Compliance, and Government Affairs. And I know that's a mouthful, and the job is a mouthful, so to speak. And I'm responsible to ensure that the data, the content that we deliver, and the solutions around that content are protected from a security perspective, from a privacy perspective, that we do compliance routinely and continuously to ensure that we are protecting the data, and that I have also a government affairs role to work with legislators and other members of government to ensure that we are doing the right thing around the data. And our partnership with the SLA is really a perfect partnership because they too, the members of the SLA, take the data that we give them and use it effectively and efficiently to support their organizations through research-related work around that data or strategy-related work around that data. It's all to improve their organizations with the data that we provide.
The Professional Award, sponsored by Springer, is granted to Ann Mintz for her writing accomplishments in the field of information specialists and her dedication to teaching info pros, journalists, and news professionals about information literacy.
Our next guest is Wayne Strickland of NTIS.
NTIS stands for the National Technical Information Service, and it is a federal agency that is a part of the Department of Commerce. Our value is that we actually are a one-source place for all of the federally funded scientific and technology research. After all these agencies have done their research, they send it to us. We keep it in sort of a clearinghouse, compiling kind of way, and make it accessible and available to industry and to the general public.
next guest is James Menn of the Financial Times. Great to be with you today, James.
Thank you, Charles. Very pleased to meet you.
Absolutely.
Delighted to be here at the SLA, particularly on the 100th anniversary. Because of our global reach in terms of journalists, we're in a position to have a look at how events in one particular part of the world impact on other parts of the world. And because of our brand, we have access to some of the most senior decision makers in the world. So a good story that was relayed to me once is that Colin Powell called the editor in the New York office when he wanted to discuss how certain events that he was considering might play out in the world of media. So it gives you a sense of the power of the FT proposition, and when you have that access, you're able to turn it into insight and comment, and as a result, you give people the kind of information they need to make critical business decisions on.
SLA is pleased to honor our Chief Executive Officer, Janice R. LaChance, as the recipient of the Dialogue Member Achievement Award. Her work as SLA's leader and global representative is moving the association towards unprecedented success in the 21st century.
It's my distinct pleasure to introduce our next guest, Ms. Gloria Zamora, President of SLA.
It's really, we are very, very excited to actually be sitting here doing our centennial this year.
A lot of fervor, a lot of passion in the air indeed. Gloria, obviously we're here celebrating the last 100 illustrious years.
Well, it has just been an opportunity that is difficult to describe. I think the people who preceded me in this position certainly understand the opportunity that we get as being president. And it's a lot of responsibility of going out. But the thing that I have really enjoyed the most is getting out and talking with the students. You see that this is the future of this association. And to see some of them, what they're doing, is so far beyond anything that I did in my library education. And they're coming in contact with so many different ideas and ways of doing things. But I'm still seeing those students who are not quite preparing themselves. They know what they want to do, and you ask them, what's going to happen if that job isn't there in 2 years? We need to get those people to be thinking also, preparing themselves for that next position. What are they going to do? But just speaking with them, they're so enthusiastic about this profession, and that's what's great, that we're still moving forward. We have that kind of enthusiasm.
Can we trust the internet? This is a really, really big question. And it has many dimensions to it. One of which, in addition, is how can we trust the information itself? How do we know it's accurate? When an engineer goes to novel.com to get design information or boiling points or tensile strengths to design an important infrastructure element, they want to be sure that that information is correct. And this is where information professionals come in. They are the experts about information, how it's created, how and where it's placed, which is the most valid information. They know about specific vertical types of sites, such as novel.com, where an engineer can find boiling points and tensile strengths. They know the resources available of the web, and they can narrow that set of choices to help people get to what they need, when they need it, in the most relevant way, in the most efficient way.
Well, another extraordinary SLA annual convention has come and gone, and indeed an extraordinary event that this year's momentous centennial celebration proved to be, only to be eclipsed by SLA Annual Convention 2010. We look forward to seeing you in the Big Easy.